Hi everyone, hello and welcome to this reading. This will be a general collective reading, so it may or may not resonate for you. And I ask as always that you please trust your own intuition and use your discernment with regards to the messages that come out here today. Today I will be using the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle deck, followed by the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I'm a little under the weather today. I have been for a few days, so that's why my voice is a little nasally. Hope that you're well. When I was setting up here, I lit my Palo Santo as usual, and the smoke, there was a lot of smoke today, and it feels significant in some way. Usually when I light the Palo, it burns a little bit and then it goes, because it's, it's kind of a little stump here. But today there was a lot of billowing smoke, so it's almost like there's something, I don't know, gaining momentum, building momentum. We'll see what comes out here in today's message. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You guys, the flame, I mean, come on. Significance, the flame. And I'm feeling two more. Ooh. We have the gem, beautiful, and one more. Okay. We have the riddle. Bottom of the deck, we have Thanatos. Okay, so I believe that this card is similar to that energy of the death card. Okay, Scorpio, Plutonic energy. Let me just check the guidebook for that one. Yeah, so the guidebook simply says death. Okay, I'm going to read from the guidebook because it's actually quite interesting. I tend to look at the death card as change or transformation, but in the guidebook here she says, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation. But the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Okay, so someone here, you may be going through quite a challenging time. We have seen the Five of Cups come up quite a lot in recent readings. This grieving, this loss, this mourning, okay, and this is a necessary step in your path, in your journey, in the journey of us on a on the grand scale, like the human collective. This Thanatos, this is what we're in. Okay, there's something collapsing right now. There's something dying, an old way is dying, is changing. Yeah, very powerful. And you've been urged to relinquish control here. Okay, relinquish control. And I'm hearing something about waves, like, flowing with the tide. Okay, so we've got a lot of grey coming out in today's reading, okay? Thanatos here, okay? And then we've got the grey, but we have the flame, we have the gem within this, I don't know what it is, like grass or something. And then we have the grey of this riddle card, okay? So it's like, in spite of this greyness, this gloom that surrounds you, there is a flame. And this flame is you, okay? This is your inner power. This is your self-sovereignty. This is your personal power. This is your hope, your faith, okay? With the gem here, this is the gift, okay? There is something to be found, something beautiful, something similar to treasure that is to be found within this gloom, within this darkness, okay? With the riddle, this is a call for you to stop thinking so literally or logically about a situation, okay? There's something going on beneath the surface, and what you're going through right now, it may not make sense for some time to come, okay? But you're being asked to surrender, to relinquish control, to just go with it, okay? Meditation is important, getting still and sitting with what you're feeling, okay? There is something like the flame is the glimmer, okay? There is a glimmer of hope in spite of the darkness surrounding you, surrounding all of us at this time on the world stage, okay? And with the riddle, we may be seeking to understand it as it's happening, but it may never be understood, okay, from a human perspective, okay? But whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that collectively we're going through, it is necessary, and there is beauty, there is a gift, there is treasure to be found within these dark times, these challenging times. Okay, so relinquish control. There's something beautiful in spite of how something may look on the outside, or you know, to the ego. There's something beautiful to be gained from the hard times. Okay, so let's go ahead with this Shaman's Dream Oracle. Just two cards from here. Okay, we have Lost Compass and we have Metox. So the Lost Compass, getting back to integrity, and Metox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Bottom of the deck, we have choices and their consequences. Okay, so this here is this is a message that's come out a little bit, you know, in recent weeks. It's come out more than once that you know, there's a need to kind of accept that your current situation, not necessarily, you know, completely due to your own actions, but there is a need to take responsibility for choices that you've made or choices that you haven't made that have led to your current situation, okay, your current place in life. Now, that's not to say that you haven't been let down by people, you haven't been disappointed, you haven't had hard times beyond your control, but there's a need to shift the focus from external factors and view more so yourself, okay, which is what you can control, okay? This Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. So the Lost Compass is asking you to really get in touch with your intuition here, okay? Like I said, external factors are not important right now, okay? You are being urged to get back in touch with your source, your center. You're also being asked to be mindful of advice that you may be receiving from others at this time, okay? I'm really feeling it strongly here in my solar plexus, which is just below your heart center, okay, in your rib cage. There's a need to really get in touch with your own personal power. For so long, I feel like some of you have been giving your power away. You've been allowing others to kind of navigate your own life for you, by nudging you in certain directions because that's how they would do it. But there's a need to really get back in touch with your soul, your source, your center here, Okay, this detox, there is a need for self-reflection here. Okay, there's a need to release bitterness, resentfulness. There's a need to really, like I said, choices and consequences. Okay, look at how the choices that you have made have led you to where you are now. Okay, there's a need to let go of bitterness or resentment that you feel towards people who have done you wrong, betrayed you. There's something about acknowledging that your triggers and your reactions are linked to your shadow self. Okay, so a real focus on the self here, that the focus is coming off of others and how they may have wronged you. There's a need to let go of judgment here. Okay, a real focus on the self, getting back in touch with yourself here. Some of you may find that you're mulling over and over in your head how someone annoys you because of their behavior. What is that behavior telling you about yourself? Okay, if something is really irritating you and it seems to be a bit of an overreaction, and you know that, you're aware of that, you need to kind of look at where you maybe, suppress those particular traits within yourself. Okay, let's see. We do have a new moon in Taurus coming up. Taurus being an energy of stability, security, solid foundations. This Queen of Wands, she came out in the pre-shuffle. Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. King of Cups. Okay, and I guess we're taking this as well. Hanged Man. And the Page of Wands. I feel like we've seen this Page of Wands as well. Not this particular one, but the Page of Wands has been showing up in recent readings also. This Knight of Cups, it's just this deck. I don't know, this Knight of Cups. He just gives me such like player vibes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his dress attire. There's me being judgmental. Okay, so for some of you, this won't be for all of you, but you have been betrayed in love, okay? And you maybe have allowed homeboy here or homegirl to betray you in ways, okay? You've ignored red flags in the past here, and we all do it, okay? There's something here about forgiveness, okay? Like this guy is just a screaming red flag to me now. But there's a real focus on the shadow self here, and patterns, and really looking at the choices that you've made, at the people that you've allowed into your life, okay? It's not that this person forced themselves into your life, and yes, they may have said a lot of stuff that turned out to be bullshit, but if you really look back, there must have been some sort of red flags, okay? And going back to that intuition and trusting our gut, okay? There's a need to really get in touch with the intuition now. This Queen of Wands here, she did kind of fall out in the reverse, okay? This can be a very powerful, very magnetic, confident energy when it is upright. In the reverse, it can be a bit of a jealous energy, a little bit manipulative, okay? So this could be speaking about the shadow aspects, okay? The traits in other people that really bother you, but are probably traits of your own that you don't acknowledge that you have, okay? King of Cups here, this particular King of Cups, I know, you know, water isn't necessarily a very grounded energy, it's quite flowy, but this particular King of Cups, he appears to be very grounded to me, okay, in spite of the water flowing around him, okay. So this is the energy that we're being encouraged to shift into, all right, and it's falling on the metox here. So the water could be important for someone here, with regards to, you know, cleansing your energetic field, or you know, you could have a salt bath, or you could just get to the seaside, the ocean. And then with the Hanged Man here, this is the shift in perspective, okay? It's really screaming to me today about taking back our personal power. And then we have the Page of Wands here, okay, which is a new beginning manifested, okay? So the beginning of a new path, of a new outlook, of moving in a new direction. But we do have the Devil showing up here, okay, beneath this Page of Wands. So he's also been showing up quite a bit. So there's, you may feel like you've been doing the work, and you've, you know, you've broken all these patterns, and I'm sure that you have, but there are still some lingering thoughts, or some lingering feelings, or something still tying you energetically to the past, or to some sort of pattern, okay? There is still something within you that is keeping you stuck. And I feel like it's linked to your personal power, and taking that back, and trusting your intuition, and not giving others the reins to your life, okay? And this Bardo card did stand out to me, but it's kind of, it's very similar to this Ball of Light here. So I'm going to read this one as well, because we also have the Grey from the previous cards. I'm gonna go to the guidebook for that one. Where is the guidebook? Okay, I'm unable to find my guidebook, so I'm actually going to take take my own advice here, and speaking about intuition. Okay, I'm going to read this intuitively. Okay. Okay, so the skulls surrounding this, what appears to be an iris. The skulls are speaking to me about the Death card, okay, and the change, the transformation. There is absolutely something that needs to die. Okay, there's something that needs to die, and I am feeling strongly die, not just change, something that needs to die within you in order to open up this ability to see. So what is it that needs to die? Okay, it will be different for each and every one of you, but there's something, and for the majority of you, it is, I say simply, but it's never actually that simple. Shifting your focus from others onto yourself, okay? I'm wondering why this is in the reverse, because it's most definitely in the reverse. So there could be something that you're not allowing to... Okay. So these skulls here now are speaking to me about ancestors and people who have passed on. You may have come from a long line of seers, psychics, who maybe never actually tapped into their gifts. It's interesting that the mouths of these skulls, they're all covered. It's like the skulls are like chomping on this eye. I do know that I'm rambling a bit, guys. Bear with me. There's something about the mouth, okay, and the words that you speak. There could be something about oversharing, okay. Maybe some of you tend to overshare, which is a trauma response, okay. So there's something about observing but not reacting, okay. So kind of like biting your tongue about situations, shifting into this observant energy, this energy of the observer, okay. So observing yourself, observing your reactions, observing other people, and not really putting labels on things, just really seeing things for how they are, okay. Not sugarcoating things, not making excuses for things, people, situations, okay. So I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. Please do let me know if this resonated with you. I hope that it helped someone. I know that I gained something from this reading. So yes, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.